Hello, and today we're going to talk just a little bit about some of the new features and updates that we've done to the system. We're always updating things every month. We've got a list, so we just want to review what new stuff we've got in the system over the last month or so. Here we've got our little list. First item we're going to look at is some improvements with the invoice page that allows the accounting department to make updates to individual timesheet entries right in the invoice page without having to go to the assignment to kind of make the updates to the timesheet entries there. Minor little issue. We go to the invoices page. We look at an invoice. We can go now do an edit on a particular item instead of having to just go to the assignment and make updates to the timesheet where in the assignment where that always takes place. They can just do that right here. And they've always been able to make some changes, but now we've updated this so that we can change anything that needs to be done here. We can hold invoices. We actually have final reports so that they can go look at a final report without having to go have the active assignment done. This actually allows our housekeeping to be done more quickly. We don't have to wait for all the invoicing to get finished before we can deactivate an assignment. And if they do have to go back and make changes, they can make all the changes they need directly in the invoice page. They don't have to go back and look at the assignment page and have it activated. Anyway, just a nice way to provide accounting with a few little tools that allow them to work a little bit more efficiently. Of course, this also is available in all the editing environments too, where you've got more detailed review and edit in addition to what you can do in the online mode here. Just provides a little bit more depth and flexibility for the system. A little resource selection of all people versus employees is just a little update for the details page. When we're dealing with managers and oversight managers, sometimes it's nice to have a different list of people than we're doing it without the client contacts. So by default, we're filtering by people who are employees. Of course, this can be changed and you can bring up everybody if you want to, but it's just a little bit of a convenience item that's helpful for folks, so they don't select a person that isn't an employee. And we added projects I manage filter to dispatch. This is for project managers when they're using dispatch. It can be really helpful to for a project manager to get on the dispatch schedule over here and just kind of review what's going on with his projects and things. And so generally dispatch is for the dispatch operators, and they have filters so they can look at all the people. They can look at just my region. They can look at just the profit center that they're dispatching for. In a larger organization, you might have people dispatching for one profit center or a different profit center or different regions, and this allows them to do that. We've added one more for project managers where they can go in and filter by just the people that are working on their projects, and it just shows the projects that are out there, so that you can go now look at the entire week and see what's scheduled for his projects and just the people that are working on those, and give the project manager a better view and a better tool to look at the schedule here in dispatch to find out what's happening on his projects, if there's any conflicts, if the progress is working well, and a few things like that. Next item, we have just some updates on the technician's timesheet entry. This just has to do with going in, and when we're adding in, a technician is adding new time, the dates that he can put in, he can only put in dates for the previous week until the timesheet entry period is closed. Usually if the end of the week is like on a Saturday afternoon, maybe Monday is when the timesheets need to get done. And so when technicians put in their time, they can't put in time dates that are, back during the previous week when they shouldn't be putting and changing timesheets. If they do need to change the dates and timesheets during that time period, they need to work through a project manager. And this also has to do with, if it's already been approved, then they shouldn't be changing their time, because the project manager is reviewing and approving the timesheet entries for a particular assignment at the same time that he's doing the review. And so if a technician wants to go back and make some changes to his timesheet after the approval or after the weekly time period, he has to work through a project manager to do that. And of course, the project managers can help with these changes all they want. Next item we want to talk about is just a new dashboard widget called Final Report Search, and it's just out on the dashboard. And it's just a basic listing of all of the assignments that are out there that have been finalized in a PDF format out on the cloud, ready to review, and these can be sorted and filtered by task and do all the things that you need to. And of course, if you want to go look at something, you can pull up the assignment directly and see what of course, this is just dummy data for the most part, but you'll be able to kind of see whatever reports you need to without having to worry about whether or not that particular assignment is active. It's a good way to go back and see historical things and just pull up old reports that we just want to see the final report that's out there on a particular project, and will be handy. Large images are automatically resized. One of the problems we have is the cameras on devices nowadays generate pictures that have very high resolution, and sometimes that high resolution is just makes for a very large image file that we have to deal with. And so sometimes it's nice to be able to turn the device resolution down for the camera, but sometimes even the lowest resolution devices still creates these files that are large. And if these files, we automatically attach these files to photographs to reports that they're associated with, those PDFs can get large, and sometimes they get too large to attach to an email, so it can become a problem. And so now we have the ability to decrease the size of the image files that come in to a certain rough image size. By default, 800K is what we use. That still gives you some pretty good resolution. And we go into a project here. We've got a bunch of images, and so we've got some images here. This is an image that's 8 megabytes, almost 9 megabytes. I mean, that's about 10 megabytes is all you can attach to an email. Then we got another one over here, 6.7 megabytes. Here's one off the internet, and it's still crystal clear. And for the size that we're looking at, 146K, it works just fine. So now if we were to go reload this file, it would resize it down to roughly an 800K of some sort, which allows for plenty of images to get associated with a PDF, and those images just don't take up so much space. Because the snapshots we're looking for, we don't need a 10 megabyte file to get the resolution that we're looking for. This can be edited as a global setting that we set for your particular firm. If you want larger size files, we can set this up to whatever size that you want. If you want it to be 400 or 500K as your default setting, that works fine too, and you still get actually really good resolution for the snapshots that we typically look for in 200 or 300K will look just fine on a PDF and see what's going on a particular file. Next thing we're going to look at is project template discovery tool. We actually did a video on this a couple of weeks ago. It's been out there. We'll take a quick look at it. It is it's in the executive dashboard, and of course in our demo data we've got all kinds of every project template that we have out there is available for us. But this is a quick little review. Here you're able to, as a system administrator, go in and look and see exactly what files and assignments are available. We can turn actual assignments off and on if you don't want a particular assignment, excuse me, in your main tree view for a particular project template. You can just turn that assignment off and on. And then within an assignment, there might be multiple versions of the reports that are available for a particular assignment. And here you can actually turn those assignments off and on, or the reports that are active and available for your particular system, you can turn those off and on. And in this column, we can indicate a particular report if it wants to be activated in a distribute all event in the automated distribution process. And then of course we have examples that you can go look at. You can pull those up and kind of see what this one is. Let's compare it to this one. We'll kind of flip back and forth and see that there's just a little bit of difference in the headers here. But anyway, this is a nice little tool that's available. And look at the other video that we have out there that covers this more in greater detail, if you'd like to. Last thing we've got is we've got a new queued column in our automated distribution page that allows you to kind of just see what's queued and ready to go out the door for the next distribution event. So let's kind of go out here and go to distribution, and you'll see that on this particular event, we've got 7 reports out here ready to go. We can click on this and it'll give us a little summary about what's ready to go out the door. And if you've got multiple events out there, it'll have how many different reports are available and how many attachments, and you can always just go take a look and see what's ready to go out on the next distribution event. Of course, any item that's going to go out depends on when the last sent date, and anything that is approved after the last sent date should be in a queue ready to go out the next time it gets done. Of course, this is demo data. We generally just have these at manual send only. Generally you'll have yours set up as a daily at 2 a.m. Or some sort of a weekly distribution, so that those go out completely automatically for you. And you can always check in here and kind of see what's ready to go out tonight at 2 a.m. and give you a little bit of input and feedback as to what's happening there. We've got other things that we kind of covered before, but anyway, those are the new ones over the past month. Yeah, thank you for your time.